yesterday. Basically, we had two meetings, and the one that I got the rejection after was a follow-up because it was kind of happening around Christmas time. So we had our first meeting before Christmas, and then this follow-up was after a long time of kind of like not communicating because everyone was just on holidays. So literally nothing happened on that meeting. It was basically like, yeah, it's still happening, the recruitment process is in and stuff like that. And we talked about next steps, basically. Next step was supposed to be a task. And everyone was supposed to be evaluated based on that task. So color me surprised when yesterday I got an email saying that basically thank you and goodbye. And so I sent the follow-up. So I was like, hey, I'm a little confused here because I thought like our last meeting was basically just talking about next steps, like what changed from that. Because it's not like I bombed that interview or something, because it wasn't even an interview, it was a follow-up. So getting rejected after that is kind of weird, right? I thought like that's what I'm gonna be evaluated on. Kind of implying that nothing happened during the follow-up that I could have been evaluated on and rejected. Well, I did get an email back, but it was basically like, yeah, we ended up not doing the exercise because it's like too time consuming at this point. Which I don't know how to take it. I don't know if it's bullshit. I don't know what the hell that means, because how then did you evaluate me? Because everything was fine. And then after the follow-up, where nothing happened, they rejected me. Yeah, it's just with these things, you never know. I don't really do anything with my hair other than putting some hair care product. And I have to look like this for a while because I just let it dry naturally. Okay, so I think some introduction is in order. My name is Asha. I'm a UX UI designer, and I'm currently in the process of looking for a new job. Right now I work at a marketing agency, but my goal is to work at a product company. So working for a single product as opposed to working with like multiple clients as I do right now. I have already been posting content, but on Instagram. And I was thinking about branching into YouTube for a while. I feel a little bit limited by the short form content on Instagram, where everything has to be super fast, short, condensed. So in 2025, I decided to give this a go, and here we are. Here I want to just share my day-to-day life working remotely as a UX UI designer, the job hunting process, looking for a new job, applying, showing you how that whole thing works with the market looking how it is right now. And of course, at some point, starting the realities of starting a new job and basically the entire process. It's 11:30. I'm getting ready to go for a run. Normally that would have happened a lot earlier in the morning, but I had a hectic day at work, so I'm only getting around to doing it now. I think I would benefit from clearing my head a bit. that was hard. I had the wind against me the entire time and my muscles were screaming for me to stop. Life really is a series of trade-offs. As someone who likes to do a lot of different things, has a million ideas all at once, I have to admit there is a big disadvantage of just doing a lot of things all at once instead of just progressing in one thing. I am trying to like get back on my fitness, especially with running and with everything else going on. So having a job, creating content, applying and looking for a different job, having interviews, doing test tasks, like I have already a lot on my plate, so it's hard to balance all of that and it's hard to give 100% to everything. It's hard or it's impossible actually. Right now I have a few emails to send, emails and messages. So for me that means work emails, companies that I'm talking to about like brand deals on Instagram, interviews, I have to send a few emails. I got a test task actually to do, so I have to get on that, but I also have to reply to that email. And also just friends that I've been ignoring or too overwhelmed to reply to their messages. So that's what we're gonna do now, and then I'm gonna start on the test task. The deadline is till Monday to do it. Today is Thursday, and the task is not like difficult technically. However, it's hard because I don't have any sort of context. I basically got like a screenshot of one screen from their like product, and I have no context into where it exists. Just had like a look through in the morning. I didn't really give it that much thought, so maybe the more I think about it, the easier it will become. We'll see. This week has gone by so fast for me. Like I cannot believe that tomorrow is Friday and this day is almost done as well. We did some fun activity together. We went for like an archery class. I mean, it's not a class. Yeah, had some food. Now we're back and I'm still tackling the test task. It actually required a lot of analysis first, so that's what I did so far. It's in an industry that I don't really know much about, so a lot of analysis was needed because of that. Like, what was I even looking at? Now I kind of know what UX changes I want to make and improvements, and so I'm gonna make some notes, maybe sketches, and look for some inspiration for like the visual aspects, and call it a day probably, because it's already almost 8 p.m. I always feel like I look okay until I turn on the camera. I haven't filmed anything over the weekend and right now it's Sunday and I got ready to film some Instagram videos. Yeah, basically all I've been doing the whole weekend was the desk task. In other news, we got a new vacuum cleaner, which is already changing our lives. It's fantastic to have a working vacuum cleaner, let me tell you that. And had a trip to IKEA and McDonald's, and that's basically all I did other than working on the test task. Okay, so I think the last time I checked in, I was still doing the test task, and there has been a development since then. So basically today is my first day on the job. Yeah, I got the job. It happened pretty quickly, and I just didn't feel like really picking up the camera in the entire process, so it's happening now. I thought that I would document this like maybe first week to kind of show you how it could look like. Probably varies from job to job, company to company, of course. But yeah, so for me, this first day has been pretty much just reading through lots of stuff, going through like some UX documentation, and then I've been introduced to a few people. I introduced myself to some people. I've been talking on Slack, setting up my accounts, all of that good stuff. Basically, that is all that has happened today. Yeah, it's exciting and stressful and nerve-wracking, all of the good stuff, and we'll see how that progresses throughout the week. It's the end of day number 2 at the new job. Can I put it here? So today definitely more things happened. I started the day by going through some educational materials, and then I got kind of my first task, but alongside other designers. So something that's completely new for me is working with other designers on like the same thing, because so far like I've been at a company where there were of course other designers, but everyone was working on different clients and different tasks, so we were not actually working together. And then at a software house, I was like the only designer. I don't have experience in working with other designers, so it's a new thing for me. It's like I'm actually excited about this because I was always feeling lonely, and like I was missing working with other people, because that's how you can learn from each other, of course, and learn collaboration, which is important in general. So I'm excited about that, but I'm also like, a little nervous that I don't know how to do it. How do you even like work with other people like within the same design file? Like, it might be crazy for you to hear me say this, but like, yeah, I've never actually worked with other people on like the same design file. So loads of things are happening, new things, mostly exciting, a little bit nerve-wracking, and yeah, actual designing will probably happen soon. It's still, of course, like the first week. Just have to get used to not knowing a lot of things, which is fine. It's fine. I haven't really been filming anything else. I don't know if I will this week, honestly. I'm just going through it. I have to adjust, basically, because my life has been looking a lot different for the past year or so. So I might not actually have time to do anything else. So today's recap, I'm broadcasting from the couch because it has gotten a little bit late and I'm only now checking in. Today I had like the first stressful situation at work. Well, it had to happen at some point, I guess. Just didn't expect it to be on the 3rd day, but yeah. So the day didn't start amazing maybe, but it got better as the day went on. I have a whole like spreadsheet with my tasks, deadlines, etc. And yeah, they are quite challenging. So I will probably be a little stressed about it. My deadline is in about like a week, like 7 working days. So I have some time for that. And yeah, I'm actually quite excited to start working on it, but yeah, also nervous a little bit. So the theme is consistent. Yeah, and other than that, today we went on our date. Yeah, I guess I didn't mention that, but we go on dates every week on Thursday. And because we both work remotely, the requirement is that we have to do it outside the house. So it can't be like a stay-in date. It has to be some activity. So this week it was my turn to come up with an idea, and we went to like a new place in our city. It's basically like, oh my god, how do I explain this? It's like an interactive game type thing, but in real life. I didn't film it during the actual game. It was just like me jumping around, but maybe it will give you some idea of what am I even talking about. Yeah, the plan for tonight is probably to have some tea and actually finish watching Lost. I think I have 2 episodes left. In other news, this is the first time I'm wearing like the new BB cream that I bought. And you know what? I bought a shade too light. I think it's too light, so I might look weird right now. About the performance of it, I'll have to update later because I had it on for about like 3 hours, so not much. Tomorrow's Friday, and that will complete the first week at the job, so see you tomorrow. While I was editing this video, I realized that I've never actually recorded a recap of Friday, so I think all I did on Friday was laying some groundwork for my new tasks. So I think I was just doing research and yeah, getting familiar with like the problems that I was assigned with, and figuring out basically what to do. And from what I remember, it was a pretty chill day. Here's a clip of me working, and then my accountant called and I stopped recording. I've also never recorded an ending to this video, so here it is. This wraps up the first week at the job, and yeah, thanks for watching. See you next week.